Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, welcome. So we have been making a mad dash trying to get all of these perennials and evergreens in the ground before the first hard frost. And 6 weeks out is when you want to have all of your plants in the ground so they can dig in their roots and get established before the cold temperatures hit. The gorgeous Crape myrtles, these are 3 Muskogees, they have already changed colors for fall. So isn't that gorgeous? And as you can see, there's still some left on my back patio. I have 2 hydrangeas that were delivered yesterday. These are some sprinter boxwoods that showed up a couple of days ago. I have 3, so 1, 2, 3. This is what I believe is a Henry Dolberg Salvia. It was a volunteer planted in the front yard, so I decided to dig it out and put it in a pot. I don't know if I'm going to leave it here in the pot over the winter or find a home for it right now. And then I have a Mystic Spire Salvia. There's 2 for the dry riverbed. 1 I planted this week already. The other place where I wanted to plant it, it was infested with ants, and ants are not harmless. They will destroy plants, especially the ones that are subterranean. So I had to deal with the ants first, so I'll probably be popping this in the ground today. I have leftover plants here. This is a Proven Winners Color Spires Blue Salvia, because you look at this color, I don't know if you can see this. Here we go. Next to this darker blue, so the lighter blue and the darker blue, I think that's gorgeous. So I already planted some in my long bed about a week ago. I need to put these guys in the ground because I don't know about you all. Some of you guys are great at growing plants in the pots. I'm good at growing plants in the ground, so they're better off planted in the ground. And then over here I have some geranium, so some the hardy geraniums that I need to plant. I have a leftover Dreameria. This is a plant that I tested in my long bed. I will be talking about that in the next video. Gorgeous plant, but yeah. Anyway, I'll be talking about that in the next video. What else needs to be planted? Oh, I have these 2 Carissa hollies that are going in the front planter bed, and then I have a rose bush right here. This is an Amazing Grace, and I have another rose bush right here. These are own root roses, so they're little bands that showed up. So I think I just mentioned that I have 2 hydrangeas on the porch. So I am going to start working, getting as much done as I can to get all of these plants in the ground. And then I will show you all the plants that have gone in the ground this week, because I'm hoping to get all of this done today. So everything you see out here that I showed you, I'm hoping to get it all planted today, tomorrow at the latest. And then I will show you all everything that got planted, where it is. I'll tell you a little about the plant, etc. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. Okay, y'all, I didn't get as much done as I wanted. Yes, that is often the case. This week I've been dealing with a tick bite and antibiotics that my gastrointestinal system and body isn't that fond of, so my energy levels haven't been quite there. But this is the first of the 2 Mystic Spire Salvia. Isn't it gorgeous? This is zone 7 through 9. It is a Texas superstar. Performs very well here, but it can be finicky about cold temperatures, and that is why this one, and then I'll show you all the other one, it is why they certainly went in the ground right now. This was also planted. This is Echinacea Purpurea. It does extremely well here in Texas as well. This is the dry creek bed. It's not complete yet. We have to come in and add larger rocks to kind of complete the look, but just trying to get all of the plants established first, and then those finishing touches will go in. This is the second Echinacea Purpurea. And then, of course, this is the second Mystic Spires Salvia. So this also was planted. This is an evergreen. Does well here in zone 8B. It is for warmer climates. It is a skullcap, right eye skullcap. And then, of course, this is a Desdemona David Austin rose. Will have gorgeous white blooms. It is one of their court plants. So this was planted as well this week. Okay, coming over here to the motive tree space where evergreens were added. I'm going to show you all the green mountain boxwoods that were added to stagger them. And so I already had a drift, but I added 3. So this one right here in the back, and then this one right here, and this one right here. So just another layer of green. The hydrangeas went over into this motive tree space. It gets filtered sun throughout the day. And this is the perfect place to grow things like this is an evergreen viburnum. This is a court plant that went in the ground 1.5 years ago. And this is one of the 2 hydrangeas that went in the ground. To the right of it, or sorry, to the left of it is a Blue Fortune Agastaki. And then the repetition over here, the second hydrangea. And I'll pop in the tag again. It went in the ground, and then the Blue Fortune Agastaki. There's recently planted oak leaf hydrangeas over here. This one right here is a new Proven Winners hydrangea, oak leaf. I'll pop in a tag. And then this one, we have growing in other places in the space. They do quite well here. In the island bed, which maybe I'll really start working on this next year, I am experimenting with these bitter boxwoods. I wasn't sure I was going to like it to begin with because my preference is for medium green and dark green. And when it showed up, it was very light green, but looks like that was a product of shipping. As you can see, the top, it is light green, but the bottom, it's more dark green, and that's what I was hoping for. So in this island bed, I planted 2. The second one's over there. Next year, I will probably get to work on this bed. So this bed, these crepe myrtles will provide shading, and we'll see how it performs. Look at what the ants do though. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna kick it. Oh my, it's active. Look at that. Isn't that awful? Okay, so this is a long bed. I will be providing a tour of this and how plants performed here this past season. Not the next video, but the one after that. So if you want to see how plants perform in what I refer to as my Central Texas proving grounds, because this is where plants come to prove themselves. They get moved or they just don't make it. But I already have one right here. And so I added these 2 because what I have baby gem boxwood down there, and I'll show those to you. They can't survive full sun here. They just don't. They're better for areas where you get 4 to 6 hours of sun, and preferably not afternoon sun. But got those 2. So 1, 2 in the ground, and then here's the third. This is one of the 2 azure blue geraniums. They were placed here near these crepe myrtle trees, hoping that the hottest part of the day they will be spared some of the brutal sun that we can get here in Texas. Okay, well, that is it. Please consider clicking like, subscribe, and notifications. And I hope you have a great day in your gardens. Bye.